Rendering a model. Rendering is an art form and it creates a realistic image of the model. And rendering can take a very long time. There's a variety of settings we have to contend with, which includes our lighting, our materials, our background, different rendering preferences, and sometimes this can take up to 12 hours or longer. But let's take a look at a basic render. First of all, we want to go up to our Visualize tab. In our Visualize tab, we're going to go over to our Render panel. In our Render panel, we have 6 different presets that we have here, each with different resolution. So if we want full HD TV type thing, we can come down to here. And so if we pick that, these could take the longer we go down the list, the more time frame it takes. So so we can actually then say, all right, what do we want to do? We'll pick one of them. In our case, we'll pick just the smallest one, the least detailed one, so it'd be the quickest. And all we have to do is click on this little teapot. And when we click on it, it'll actually pull up the rendering in what's called the render window. And the render window then, it'll actually render that image right on the screen. Now, you can see that down here, I'm at 29% of the render, and you can see my green bar going across. And so now I'm up to 71%, and it takes time, but the whole idea is that you can see your model of what it looks like while you're designing it. And when we complete it, we created a rendering. Now, you would want to save the rendering to a file. This is not a CAD file, this is a raster file. You can zoom in and out on it, or you could print this rendering. So we have a few choices there. Okay, so remember, this is the bare bones version of rendering. This is not, we would have many lessons on how to render, but this is the idea, is if you just want to see what it looks like with a little bit of lighting on it, and to see what your model looks like, rendering produces photorealistic display of your scene. So it makes it look as though you took a picture of the computer model with a camera. And so I'm going to close this now. So rendering, again, is we're going to come up here to our Visualize tab. We're going to go over here to the Render window. You see we have a few extra things down here, but we can actually go to our Render window and bring up our Render window here. Okay, so our Render window in this case has this last shot of this scene that we rendered. All right, and we also have a little area here. We can render in the window and a viewport or region. We always want this to be rendered with a window. We have different quality settings: low, medium, high, coffee break quality, lunch quality, overnight quality. So you can see that ready in 60 minutes, ready in 12 hours, ready in 10 minutes kind of thing. So these do take time, but they give you a good idea of what a realistic image of your drawing model would look like.